Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and our continued coverage here on Now TV International with our special edition about President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi's summit talks and reception of his Ugandan counterpart Yoweri Museveni at the Ittihadiyya Presidential Palace in Cairo on Tuesday. We're now delighted to be joined over the telephone by our guest for the afternoon, Engineer Hassan Shabaan, the African Affairs expert. Engineer Hassan, good afternoon to you, sir.
Good afternoon to you.
Thank you very much, sir.
I can barely hear you. Would you please improve the voice volume, please?
Right. I will try and speak up, sir. Let me quickly ask you, sir, about the importance of the visit by the Ugandan president in Egypt. Of course, today we saw a press conference between the two leaders, and they highlighted their close ties and the interests that are binding the two countries.
Well, this visit is very important because Uganda is a very active and very close country to Egypt. Actually, we've been cooperating together for a very long time.
Yes.
Uganda is one of the very active Nile Basin countries, and we have very strong ties with Uganda, especially, of course, the River Nile ties us with Uganda because, of the Victoria Lake that lies in Uganda, which is one of the largest natural freshwater lakes in the world. So
yes.
Actually, one of the main sources of the River Nile actually comes from Uganda, and we like to cooperate with Uganda in different aspects, actually. And this is what the president actually mentioned in his
Indeed.
speech.
Indeed. Engineer Hassan, of course, also several memoranda of understanding were signed today in several areas, including technical cooperation, water resource management, agriculture, food cooperation, as well as investments. Could you tell us a bit about some of the economic ties between the two countries?
You see, Uganda is a potential chance for Egypt actually to express its sincere desire to cooperate with the Nile Basin countries.
Mm-hmm.
We enjoy excellent relations with Uganda. President Museveni is a very good friend of Egypt. I think agriculture is a main issue that we could actually cooperate in, because Uganda enjoys a special location, enjoys fertile land, depends on rainfall to develop its agricultural sector.
Yes.
And the River Nile is not really the main source for water in Uganda. Uganda depends on rainfall,
yes.
A very high rate of rainfall, and there is a good chance for us to cooperate in different projects, mainly the Angolo
Dam
in Uganda,
yes.
to preserve some of the wasted water, rain wasted water in Uganda.
Yes.
We could actually have a lot of projects in Uganda in regard of River Nile, control of the water, of course, that comes to Egypt.
Absolutely. And today, President el-Sisi also spoke about the Egyptian support for the development efforts in Uganda and the rest of the nations in the southern Nile Basin countries, and the Egyptian readiness to contribute, as you mentioned, to the Angololo Dam project between Uganda and Kenya through a mechanism that has been launched by Egypt to invest in infrastructural projects in the Nile Basin with an initial funding of $100 million. How important do you see this drive by Egypt, sir?
Actually, the rate of rainfall on this area, which is central Africa actually is very high, which is what the president mentioned, 1,600 billion cubic meters.
Yes.
And actually, I think with a lot of wisdom and experience, all of the countries that actually tie, that the River Nile ties it together, we could benefit from this water actually, and we will benefit from this water in different ways, which is production of electricity, agriculture, and so forth. So actually, there is a lot of ideas, and we have, you know, different means of cooperation with Uganda, improve the navigation in the River Nile between the north and the south. Yes. A lot of ideas could be actually implemented, but again, we need security, tranquility, and good intentions. I think also Uganda could play a major role in, you know, just cooling the relationship between Ethiopia and Egypt, and especially with the reaching the final stage of the Renaissance Dam,
yes.
You know, construction. I think Uganda could play a very constructive role in cooling off the relationship and benefiting all of the countries of the River Nile basin.
Indeed. I'd like to thank you very, very much, our dear guest, Engineer Hassan Shabaan, the African Affairs expert. Thank you, sir, for all your time and your insight, and for joining us this afternoon on Now TV International with our special edition and our continued coverage here on Now TV. We'll be right back. Do stay tuned.